Thank you, all of you, for joining us this evening for much about nothing in 1 hour, which actually is much about nothing in about 1 hour and a quarter. And it's performed by the drama students from Niagara University in the USA. And they come over and study with my live literature company every summer on a study abroad program. And tonight, they will be giving you what is an interpretation of Much Ado, which is set when the American forces were in great numbers in the southwest of this country, based there at the end of the Second World War, and our production is set just after D-Day landings, when all the American forces were in the southwest helping everybody in the UK to end the war, the Second World War. And so you will see them in the USA naval uniforms of the time. And when the war was hopefully going to end, and the end of this terrible time in history was drawing to a close. So it's the American forces in the southwest, and I've also based it in a particular place, Doulton, in the southwest, because that's where a lot of the landing craft were built, and everybody was engaged with the local community there on this great D-Day point in history. I've recently just been involved in a survey which the Royal Society of Literature did on the importance of literature. So I just want to share with you that 80% of the UK population think that either reading literature or watching or being involved means that those people have a much greater understanding of other people's point of view through literature. So you are part of the 80% of the UK population being here tonight who agrees with this wonderful result, that 80% of us think that literature helps us see other points of view and understand other points of view. Thank you so much for being with us.
Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. 1 foot by sea and 1 on shore. To one thing constant never. And sigh not so, but let them go. And be you light and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe unto hey nonny nonny.
I learn in this letter that the Earl comes this night to Salcombe.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many men have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name. I pray you, has Senior Montalto returned from the war, or no? I know none of that name, lady. There is none such in the navy of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict. Oh, he's returned. Pleasant as he ever was. He set up his bills here in Salcombe and challenged Cupid at the flight. But I pray, how many hath he killed and eaten? But how many hath he killed? For I indeed swore to eat all his boys.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in his ward. You hath the musty victual, and he hath helped to eat it. He's a very valiant countryman. He hath an excellent stomach, and a good soldier too, lady, and a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord? A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues. It is so indeed. He's no less than a stuffed man. But as for the snuffing, well, we're all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt her and Signor Benedict. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, we'll get nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother. Possible? Very easily possible. He wears his face, but as the fashion of his hat, it changes with the next block. I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your book. No, when he were, I'd burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion now? Is there no young squire that would take the boys with him to the devil? me of the right noble Claudio. Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. God help the noble Claudio. If he hath cost a Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured. I'll hold friends with you, ladies. Good friend.
There run mad, niece.
No, not till hot January. The Earl is approached.
Good Signor Leonato, are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house, in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
My wife had many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir? Did you ask her?
Signor Benedict, no. But then were you a child?
You have it full, Benedict. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be your father, she would not have his head on her shoulders, for all so cold, as like him as she is.
I wonder you should be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear lady, disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she has much meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you are in her presence.
It is courtesy and turn but it is certain that I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would find I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love not.
Oh, a dear happiness to women, else they be troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood that I'm of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swears he loves me.
God, keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape the predestined scratching face.
Scratching will not make a face worse, 'twas a face such as yours were.
Well, you are a rare pair of teachers.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse at the speed of your tongue is so good a continuer. But your way, a God's name, I have done.
You always end with a date trick. I know you.
That is the sum of all, Leonato. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict. My dear friend Leonato hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, and he heartily prays that some occasion may detain us longer.
My lord, I bid you welcome. Having been reconciled to the earlier brother, I owe you all duty.
Thank you. I'm not of many words, but thank you.
Mr. Grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment? Or do you ask me after being part of my custom as being a professed tyrant of their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
The world buys such a jewel?
Yea! And a case to put it into, but speak you this with a sad brow?
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I could see without spectacles, and I see no such matter. But there's her cousin. She, when I possess the fury, exceeds her in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent of her husband. Have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 3 score again? Well, go to in faith. And thou will needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, carry the sign, and sigh away something. Look, the Earl's returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonato's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio? Mark how short his answer is. He is in love with Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Amen. If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thoughts.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faces and trust, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a reed sheet winged in my forehead or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, hot with love.
Well, you will temporize with the hours. Good Senor Benedict, pray to Leonatus, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me to make such an advantage. So, I commit it.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a sailor's eye, that had a rougher task at hand than to try liking to the name of love. But now I am returned. That war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come strong and soft, delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to war.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tired to hear with a woman's words. If thou lovest fair hero, cherish her, and I will drink with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end that thou beganst with so fine a story?
Sweetly you minister to love, that no love speaks by his complexion. But lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have salved it with a longer treatise.
I know we shall have revelry tonight. I shall assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing with the force and strong encounter with my amorous tale. And then to her father shall I break, and the conclusion is she shall be thine, in practice for the present.
All yourselves alone, came on.
How now, brother? Where is my cousin, your son? And he provided this music?
He's very busy about it. But brother, I have some strange news I can tell you of things you yet dreamt not of. The Earl and Count Claudio, walking in a thick-bleached alley in my orchard, were thus overheard by a man of mine. The Earl discovered in Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. He found her accordant. He meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you this?
A good sharp fellow. I'll call for him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream till it appear itself. I will acquaint my daughter with all, that she may be better prepared for an answer, peradventure this be true. Go you and tell her of it.
What's the figure, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing bringeth it?
Not a present remedy, yet a patient suffering.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend no man's business. And laugh when I have cause, and claw no man in his humor.
Have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath ta'en you newly into his grace, where it is impossible you should take your root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose of disgrace. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not help.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Borachio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The Earl, your brother, was royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to spill mischief on?
Marry, it is your brother's right hand.
Oh, the most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
Proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the heir and daughter of Leonato.
A very forward marked chick. How came you to this?
being entertained by a perfumer, as I was smoking in a musty room, comes me the Earl and Claudio hand in hand in sad conference. I whip me behind the errands, and there heard agreed upon that the Earl shall woo Hero for himself, and then give her to Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young upstart hath all the glory of mine overthrow. If I can cross him anyway, I bless myself every way. You are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper.
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Was there Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How hardly that gentleman looks. I can never see him, but I'm always heart burned an hour after. He is of a very melancholy disposition. He were an excellent man that was made just in the midway between him and Benedict, the one too like an image and says nothing, and the other like my lady mother's of the sun, evermore tattling.
So, have Senior Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, such a man could win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she is too cursed.
Oh, too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sending that way, for it is said, God sends the cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed, he sends none.
So by being too cursed, God will send you no horns.
Just! If he sends me no husband, for the which blessing I'm at him upon my knees every morning and evening, Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light upon a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. He that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I'm not for him.
Well, niece, I trust that you'll be ruled by your father.
Oh, yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, Father, as it please. But for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Father, well, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God makes men of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, you remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you're not wooed in good time. If the earl be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncopate. The first suit is hot and hasty like a Scotch jig, full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly modest, full of stage and ancientry, and then comes repentance. With his bad legs falls into the syncopate faster and faster until he sinks into his grave.
Cousin! You apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend? So long as you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing, I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away. With me in your company. I may say so when I... And when please you to say so? When I like your favor. For God's sake, the loop should be like the case. Speak low, you speak loud.
The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep. It is only a room again.
Now will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
you are.
Not now.
I was disdainful and had my wits out of the 100 merry tales. Why, this was Senior Benedict that said so.
What?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I believe you.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you. What?
Why, he's the Prince's Gesture, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. For none but libertines delight in him, and the condemnation lies not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and hates them. They both flatter him and beat him. I'm sure he was in the plate. I would mean it more than me.
When I know this gentleman, I'll tell him what you said.
Oh, do he'll but break a comparison or two on me, which free adventure not marked on nor laughed at, strikes him into melancholy, and then apart with him. For the fool will know something that night. Come, we must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if it please can kill, I'll seize them at the next turning. Poor my brother is amorous on hero, and has withdrawn with her father to brave him about it. The ladies follow her, but one advisor remains, and that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing. Are you not Signor Benedict? You know me well. I am he. Signor, you are very near my brother and his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You made his job of an honest man. How know you he loves her? Well, I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet. Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. To hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the Earl woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent. Her beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio!
Yea, the same.
Count, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow, about your own business, Count. Wait, what fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck like a usurer's chain, or under your arm like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way when the Earl hath got your hero.
I wish you joy of her.
What is spoken like an honest rover, seldom sells bullets. Would you think the Earl would assert you thus?
I pray you leave me.
Oh, how now you strike like the blind man. Just a point and so you're meek, and you'll beat the post.
It will not be. I'll leave you.
Alas, or hurt foul. Now will he creep the dissensions. That my Lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The Earl's fool? Ha! It may be I go under that title because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, so bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, senor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Talk, my lord. I place a part of him. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a wood.
But the Lady Beatrice has quarreled to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me! Passing endurance of a flock. She speaks hundreds and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that adamant left before she transgressed.
Look, here she comes.
Would your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes that you can devise and send me on. You have no employment for me.
None but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir. Here is a dish I brought. I cannot endure this lady. Come!
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Senor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one. Marry once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
You put him down, lady. You put him down.
So I would he should not do me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. Oh, I have brought you Count Claudio, whom you sent me to see.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord. The count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well. Civil count, civil as an orange, and something of a jealous complexion.
The faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though I'll be sworn if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one. I have broken her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give you joy.
My lord, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortune. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say, Amen to it!
Amen.
Amen. Speak, count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself to you and Joseph on the exchange.
Speak, cousin. Or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she does, cousin.
Good Lord for alliance, thus goes everyone in the world, but I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
Well, I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Have your grace ne'er a brother like you.
Will you have me, lady?
No. My lord, unless I may have another for working days. Your grace is too costly for me to wear every day, but I beseech your grace's pardon. I was born to speak all mirth, and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
Surely not, my lord. My mother cried. But then there was a star dance, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, you look at those things I told you of.
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad when she sleeps. Not ever sad then. For I've heard my daughter tell me that she have often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
By no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord. If they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on precious to love with all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just the 7th night, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake your head at so long a breathing. But I warrant thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Senor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord,
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor, and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, so that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict, that in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Just go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
It is so. Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever comes athwart his affections ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how I was in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her chamber lady's window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
Poison of that lies in you, temperate. Go to the earl, your brother. Spare not to tell him that he has wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation to you might we hold up to a contaminated stale, such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough. To undo Hero, to misuse the earl, to vex Claudio, and to kill Leonardo. Hooks you for any other issue?
Only to despite them I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me, and send a kind of seal both to the Earl and Claudio. See me look out her chamber lady's window. Hear Margaret term me Claudio. Hear me term Margaret Hero. And the preparation overthrow.
Throw this to what adverse issue it can, I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working of this, and thy fee is 1,000 pounds.
Be thou constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame thee.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
Boy!
Hey, yo!
In my chamber lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the order.
I am here already, sir.
I know that, but I would have thee hence and here again. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool, when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he had laughed at such shallow follies, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife, and now he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But so all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be what color it please God. Ah, the Earl and Monsieur Lowe. I will hide thee in the arbor.
Come, shall we hear this music? Hey, my good lord. How still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony. See where Benedict hath hid himself? Oh, very well, my lord. The music ended, we'll fit the kit box with the pennyworth. Come, Balthazar, we'll have that song again.
Oh, good, my lord. That's not so bad voice. Slander music more than once.
I pray thee sing and let me woo no more.
Since you speak of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence this suit. To her he thinks not worthy, yet does he love, yet does he woo.
Now pray thee, Count, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my note. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Why, these are the very crotchets that he speaks. No notes, pursuit, and nothing.
Now, divine heir, now is this soul ravished. Will a hoard for my money when all's done?
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. What would by sea and one on shore to one thing constant ever? Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you light and body, converting all yourselves of woe into hey nonny nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more songs so dull and heavy. The pride of men were ever so, and summers oh so leafy. And sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny.
By my troth, a good song.
An ill singer, my lord.
Ha, no, thou singest well enough for a ship.
And had he been a dog that should have howled us, they would have hanged him. I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief. I in his life have heard the night raven. Oh, tell me what plague could have come out.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee get us some excellent music for tomorrow night to have the lady heroes sing the window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today that your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict? Oh, I! Stuck on the foul scent. I did never think that lady could have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she had, with all outward behavior, seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
My lord, I know not what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. Half the infinite of thought.
Maybe she's out for counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh, God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovered it.
Why? What effect of passion shows she?
Faith of the well, fishful bite.
What effects, my lord? Well, she will sit you. She will. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? How, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would think so too, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is impossible. The white-bearded fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot sure hide himself in such reverence.
It's taken the affection. Hold it up.
Has Lady Beatrice made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I, says she, that have so often countered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This she is beginning to say as she begins to write to him. For she will be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock till she have written a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She does so indeed. My daughter says so. And the ecstasy has so much overborne her that my daughter sometimes fears she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
If for Christmas Benedict knew of it by some other, she will not discover it.
To what end? He would but make a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should it were almost to hang him. For she is an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
And everything but in loving Benedict.
Oh, Lord. Wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body? Yeah, 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, as I have just caused being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this stone on me. I would have dapped all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you tell Benedict of it, hear what he will say.
Word good, think you?
The hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known. And she will die if he woo her, rather than she will wait one breath for her accustomed process.
She knows well, for she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible will scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Poor God is in my mind very nice.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit,
I think him to be valiant.
as Hector, I assure you. Well, I am sorry for your needs. Shall we go see Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Hey, she may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I do wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he's unworthy to have so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
You know the same that must be spread for her. That must your daughter and her gentlewoman. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This could be no trick. The conference was sadly bored. They had the trope of this poor hero. They seemed to pity the lady. It seemed her affections have the full bent. Love? Me? Why, it must be requited! I mean, I hear how I have sent her. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the affections come from her. They say too that she would rather die than give any signs of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. But by my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no greater argument to her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her! I may chance to have some odd quirks, remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I was married. Here comes Beatrice. By the stage, she's a fair lady.
Against my will, I'm bid to send you to come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I take no pains for those thanks, and you took pains to thank me. If it were painful, I would have not come.
You take pleasure then in the message?
Yea, just so much as you take upon a nice point which opens all with all. You have no stomachs, and your friends
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come to dinner? The double meaning in that. I take no more pains than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains I take for you is as easy as thanks. I do not take pity on her. I am a villain. I will go get her